Home and away 2025 spoilers. Huge drama in Summer Bay next year. Australian home and away viewers have just seen the final episode of the year tonight, as the 2024 season finale aired Down Under. With the show now off until January, we take a look at what's in store in Summer Bay in 2025. Next year, at least one favourite is saying goodbye. The River Boys return, and we head to Queensland for some very special scenes. Plus, find out if Cash takes the blame, and if Harper's baby survives. Today's home and away season finale in Australia saw Tim's life on the line after he ended up in a vicious fight with Cash, but was Nerida Mullins involved? Cash and Abigail had discovered that Nerida was lying about her relationship with Tim. The pair had never dated, and Nerida had developed an unhealthy obsession with her former counselor. Cash began to fear for Eden's safety when Nerida instructed Cash to tell your ex to watch her back. Warning, I'd hate for her to get in the way. Meanwhile, Remy had organized a getaway for Lyric and friends to a luxurious remote island retreat where they could rehearse without the noise complaints that had been plaguing them on Saxon Avenue. The well-intentioned getaway saw Tim and Eden split. When Eden's refusal to sing the song she wrote about Cash made Tim realize that Eden was still in love with her ex. Back in Summer Bay, Cash discovered that both Tim's car and the Lyric sharehouse had been vandalized. Cash rushed to Lyric's island retreat to protect them, but when he tried explaining his fears about Nerida, Tim refused to listen, fed up of Cash's interference. Remy had previously spotted the pair arguing, and in the final scenes of the year, Justin came around the corner to find Cash standing over Tim's lifeless body. What wasn't clear was whether Cash had taken things too far, or whether Nerida had also made her way to the island and was involved in the attack. Cash awoke to find his hands covered in blood, with Tim lying unconscious next to him, and it looks like he's going to have a tough time clearing his name when we return to Summer Bay in 2025. Meanwhile, Harper agreed to a risky operation to remove a cyst on her and Tane's unborn baby's lung. Harper initially decided against the op, telling Tane that, "Nobody is operating on my baby," but the finale saw Levi explain that the cyst was still growing, and she eventually agreed to head into surgery. However, Levi was hiding his fears about the operation, having never carried it out before, with the fact it was on a friend's baby adding to his stress levels. The show now takes a break for the next 6 weeks, and we won't find out whether Tim, Harper and the unborn baby survive until Home and Away returns to Australian screens in January. While we wait, here's all we know about what's coming up in Summer Bay in 2025. When is Home and Away back in 2025? In Australia, Home and Away will return on Monday the 13th of January 2025. Home and Away will return to UK screens 1 week earlier, on Monday the 6th of January 2025. Does Cash take the blame? While it may have looked to Justin that Cash was the cause of Tim's battering, we already know that Cash continues to live in Summer Bay well into 2025, suggesting that he won't face the consequences of Tim's life-threatening injuries. Fans attending the Home and Away tour at Sydney's Palm Beach recently witnessed Nicholas Cartwright filming alongside Lynn McGranger, as Cash chatted to Irene at the coffee cart. The scenes were filmed in early October, and with Home and Away filmed roughly 6 months before episodes hit our screens. This confirms that Cash will remain in Summer Bay for at least the first few months of next year, if not for a long time to come. Cash was also spotted filming new scenes with the River Boys, which saw him arresting members of the Notorious Gang, who are set for a dramatic return. He also seems to have gained a promotion back to senior constable, after taking a demotion back to constable when he returned to Yabby Creek Police last month. More on that later. Harper and Tane have their baby. While the season finale may have seen Tane and Harper's baby in danger, fans recently saw filming which appears to confirm that Harper will give birth to her baby boy in the new year. Summer Bay's outdoor scenes are filmed at Palm Beach in Sydney's northern beaches, and its publicly accessible location means that fans often get a glimpse of scenes many months before they hit our screens. Last week, fan Sarah Gaze visited Palm Beach as part of the Home and Away tour, and witnessed the filming of a scene featuring Harper, Tane and their newborn baby. The pair were spotted chatting at the coffee cart with their newborn in tow, and were all smiles as they played with their son, who was in a baby buggy. Dean and Ziggy are back. As announced last month, Dean and Ziggy are returning to Home and Away in the new year, as we pay them a visit at their new home in Queensland. Their scenes were filmed in late October in the Whitsunday region of tropical North Queensland. Producers are keeping tight-lipped on what causes us to be reunited with the pair, simply describing it as a top-secret storyline that will play out at a yet-to-be-announced date. Early 2025, Sophie Dillman made her debut appearance as Ziggy in June 2017. and played the character until her exit in 2023. On returning to Home and Away, Sophie said, "It feels so good to be home." Patrick O'Connor, who arrived on screens in February 2018, less than 8 months after Sophie, added, "I can't wait for the action, and for fans to see this storyline play out." The much-loved couple left Summer Bay in March 2023, moving to far north Queensland with their newborn baby Izzy, to be closer to Dean's son Jai and his mum Amber. Earlier this year, Dean's sister Mackenzie paid the couple an off-screen visit as she revealed to her brother that she had begun dating Levi, who had left his wife Imogen to be with her. Are we set to see Mackenzie pay her brother and sister-in-law another visit? This time on screen, or is there another reason for the pair to return to our screens? We don't have long to wait until we find out. A new character played by Craig Hall. Craig Hall has been playing Victor Stone on Neighbours for much of this year. But with his departure from the Melbourne-based soap airing this week, it seems he's about to head across to Summer Bay for an appearance in Home and Away. An Instagram video posted by a cast member earlier this year showed Craig on the set of Northern District's police station, standing behind Rose Delaney actress Kirsty Marillier. He looks to be standing next to Ellie Gall, who plays Nerida, Tim's vindictive former client whose actions led to the dramatic showdown in the finale. It's not yet known what part Craig will be playing, and whether he's in the police station in a professional capacity. However, if it is Nerida in the video, then it's possible that he arrives as part of the fallout from Cash and Tim's ongoing feud. Born in Auckland, Craig Hall is best known for starring in King Kong and The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, and as Jack Duncan in A Place to Call Home. More details on the River Boys' return. The River Boys made a brief return earlier this year, as Rory and Dingo took Summer Bay by storm. Rory wooed Felicity and the pair began dating, before Rory realized that Felicity's brother was a cop. After being transferred to Mangrove River Police Station, Cash discovered that his sister's new boyfriend was likely responsible for the death of his predecessor, Franklin McGrath. In the end, Rory and Dingo were carted off after Cash made it his mission to bring down the gang. Yet while their leader may be behind bars, it isn't the last we'll see of the infamous gang, as they're set for another return to Summer Bay in 2025. Last month, an actor named Rob uploaded a post to TikTok which showed him alongside fellow actor Adam Peck, their signature blood and sand tattoos on display, with the caption "The Home and Away River Boys are back." Then, Patrick O'Connor confirmed that the River Boys are set to return as part of Dean and Ziggy's new storyline. In an interview with the Daily Telegraph Confidential, he revealed, "There's a bit of River Boy action. There's a bit of road trips with them. The River Boys have been spotted filming at Sydney's Palm Beach, but Dean and Ziggy's guest stint is set to be filmed in northern Queensland. So it's not yet known how the two will link together." Lacey arrives. A publicly available audition video has revealed the existence of a character named Lacey, who is expected to hit screens in the first half of 2025. The video sees Lacey talking to a bad boy character who has recently been arrested for his part in a brawl, though he's keen to point out that he was only watching a brawl. There's a big difference. The male character appears to be planning a race day, but runs into difficulties when one of the co-organizers lands himself in trouble after punching a cop. Lacey then offers her skills to take over running the day. In late October, fan Megzy Johnston was lucky enough to see filming at Palm Beach with what appeared to be two brand new characters. She later posted on the Home and Away Spoilers and Info Facebook group that the characters were a river boy and river girl. Could they be Lacey and her car enthusiast friend Theo caught up in river boy drama? The River Boys' last visit to Summer Bay saw Marley inadvertently caught up in their drama, after Dingo asked him to look after the bag containing Franklin McGrath's belongings. Now, it seems it's Theo's time to be caught up in their crimes. Earlier in October, fan Ashton Richardson witnessed a scene being filmed where Senior Constable Cash and his colleagues arrested a number of the new River Boys. Intriguingly, Theo was front and center as the gang members were arrested around him, just how as he found himself caught up in the boys' activities. The scenes appeared to show Cash and his colleagues swooping on the gang, making numerous arrests as they bundled the members into police cars. Among the new Riverboy cast was believed to be actor Tom Wilson, who previously starred as Ryder's friend Blake Golan in 2019. Cash was seen bundling the handcuffed character into the back of his police car before dealing with the rest of the boys. Also involved was actress Sophia Pennington, who is followed by a number of the Home and Away cast on Instagram, suggesting that she could be a permanent new addition to the cast. Could Sophia be playing Summer Bay's newest river girl? Rose Delaney set to leave Summer Bay. Xander Delaney recently left Summer Bay behind as he headed to Melbourne for a 6-week business internship, while Xander assured Dana that the time would fly and he'd soon be back. It's believed that Luke Vanos has now finished filming, and that Xander won't be returning to Summer Bay. Following in Xander's footsteps, it looks like his sister Rose is also leaving Summer Bay behind in the new year. In early October, fan of the show Belinda Sinclair witnessed Kirsty Marillia filming Rose's departure scene at Palm Beach. The scene in question saw Rose driving out of the bay as Irene. Kirby and Bree ran up to her, causing her to come to a stop. After Rose stepped out of the car, Irene could be seen handing over a leaving gift. Rose then hugged the trio one by one, before getting back in the car and continuing her drive out of the bay. Kirby shouts "Go get em!" Detective prompting cheers from the others. As Rose drives off, they shout, "We love you, drive safe." With Rose currently working as a senior constable in Yabby Creek Police Station. Could a promotion to detective see her move to the city to pursue her dreams? While the show may be off air for the next 6.5 weeks, we'll be keeping Back to the Bay updated throughout the festive season, with all the latest news and spoilers from Home and Away, Neighbours and the UK soaps.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của Home and Away Spoiler Today. Xin chào.